Alright, welcome back to another league race. This time we're back with TTML round number 2 of Division, or F3 rather, at Baku. Well, it's dry, so at least there's that, but honestly, this track, I used to like it back at F1 2016 when it arrived, and it's got progressively worse since. And it just was just one of those tracks where you just, the object is to survive, and you see what happens. And hope you're on the right side of, you know, the luck or, you know, someone's accident. Anywho, the less said about qualifying, the better, to be honest. Where am I? I'm like P15. So I only did 2 runs. Really only 1 run. My first run was like 11 minutes to go or whatever it was. And the second run, I wanted to try and give a tow to my teammates and failed miserably.
Behind me.
That was the last run out the window. So yeah, really nothing. Yeah, qualifying was not fun. Anywho, though, dilemma for then the race. I was thinking.
I have to go mediums here, don't I?
I was thinking to myself, like, I have to go mediums, don't I? Like, if I go hard at the beginning, I'm swamped. If I go soft at the beginning, you're an idiot. You're outside the top 10. So, you know, you're in kind of. I almost reckon you're almost in a no-win situation if you're outside the top 10 and not on softs. You know, if you're not locked into that choice, I think being locked into the choice here might be better on this track because the safety car will bring you right into play. Anyway, here we go then. 5 red lights, and away we go. It was a decent start, but I hit the rev limiter then in second. Waffles is an absolute madman on the outside. He deserved no space out there. Honestly, that was a travesty. My teammate is round. There's an Alfa Romeo round. I'm just trying to file in here somewhere. Around the outside here, side by side with Poddy. Honestly, I wanted to occupy the space that Waffles did. He would have absolutely no right to any space out there. That was ridiculous. Dip into the toe of Poddy then on the right hand side. I go late on the brakes but too deep. Tried to recover and knocked the wing. That's tough. That is not great. Wesker's got caught up somewhere as well. I think he is damaged. Honestly though, the wing damage here wasn't too bad, I have to say. Normally wing damage is death, but actually this wasn't awful. This is one of the few times I actually felt like I could actually stick it out. By the way, the helmet I'm using, I forgot to change my helmet. I was trying something pre-race, and yeah, it did not work. And I meant to change my helmet, and I didn't. So maybe you can blame the helmet for my fortunes in this race. Spoilers. Anyway, Wesker's had another ding-dong with turn 8 there, or a ding-dong, right? Not another one. And so I'm just going to slip up the inside here. But like, I wasn't even sure if I was pitting myself. It all depends here. You just need to be able, if you're able to survive through the slingshot section, then I think you're okay. And that's how I was really waiting to see how much I needed to lift, how much I needed to lift by really to get the if I had to come drastically off the throttle, then I would have pit. But really, I mean, I took that almost flat really. So if not flat, but so I felt like, do you know what? This wing damage, not awful. So I thought, you know what? Let's stick it out, and we'll see how we go. Yarm's out of the race. His car was in the middle of the track. Look, the ghosting system. You never know if it's going to work or not. VST is deployed. So, anyways, we sort that out. Lap 3, however, I'm going to go into turn 8 here myself. Just skid across that curb, and now my hands are very much tied. There's no way I can survive that. So, shame. But I was already heavily compromised. Well, not heavily compromised. I was compromised, you know, from lap 1. So, anyways, I thought, what do I do at this point? Do I go hard and just sign my race off? I was like, no, I'll go mediums. In retrospect, should I have gone hard? Probably. But my thinking was to go medium soft and just, you know, hope for a safety car essentially. Do you know what I mean? So. That was my thinking. Go long on mediums, and if a safety car comes out, we can, you know, we can use softs. So that was my thinking. Yeah, so that's the idea. Ideas, however, seldomly go to plan. Seldomly go to plan. So we're kind of in no man's land where we're last, really, of the guys who are running. Lap 4, safety car is deployed, and what I should have done here was go onto the hards. I decided to stay out I should have gone onto the hards and then onto another set and back onto a set of first set of mediums, but I gained some track position, quite a few positions to be honest, more than I was expecting. When I saw people in the pits, I thought, let me take the track position. I'm sure there'll be another safety car later on, and we'll go from there. In retrospect, I should have done the hards. We'll see. You'll see why later. Anyway, safety car restarts here are pretty dicey, so this is a late one, all things considered, and not surprising given how obviously long the run is down here.
Holy shit.
So we're still not gone. Still not gone.
Yeah.
Still not gone.
Oh dear God.
There's shenanigans in front. Now we're gone. So a standard restart there. You just want the whole station really, if you can. And who's on the outside there?
Who's on hard?
There's a few people on hard. So this is difficult stuff for the likes of Elite Dave and Paudy's out of the race. Not sure what happened to Paudy. I think he got a tap from Stevie G, I think. By the way, many congratulations to Stevie G. Was I don't know how his partner was in labour, so he had to go home. So fair, like he was here at the race. So anyways, hope everything went well there. Anyway, between himself and his partner have been racing in the same league as Stevie G for a while. So since F1 2017 at least. So. Hope everything went well there. So, but anyways, at the moment though, he is ever on the hards and need to dispatch of him on those hards. So, because Sway is a few seconds up the road, and so is Merck. So, anywho, we get through. The clearance wasn't there to come back onto the racing line there. So, anyways, we're going to stay in front here, despite the fact he'll have DRS down this second straight here. So we'll stay in front. Car felt fine once we got a solid wing on it, to be honest. Lap number 10. We're up to P9. Calsbury has pitted, I believe, so I'm not going to fight him. He'll go through. We've got Hipula Boy and Wesker behind. So the reason why I wasn't too concerned about going on mediums was that between guys having difficulty getting past Stevie G and all that kind of thing, the gap behind is a good gap that I can work with, not only to push on these tires, but to also, make up some time later on the soft compound tire. So I felt pretty good that things have worked out pretty well here, better than I had expected. So there's some shenanigans in front of us, people coming to the pits, Janne and Kevin. So now we're behind Carlsbury and Sway. See the time that has been lost. So, anyways, Sway's going to get up on the curb and he loses the back end. He goes into the wall. So that was unfortunate for him. And a second safety car has been deployed. So we're in P7 now. The problem is, at this point, because I've only used the one compounded tyres, being the mediums, my hands are tied at this point. I was like, oh shit, I've got to come in for hards, don't I? So, by not doing it at the first stint, I've now screwed myself for this stint. But at the same time, I had absolutely no guarantee. There's no guarantee that I would even be in this position had I pitted and been stuck behind all that traffic. Because I would have been last if I had pitted for hards and then pitted back again for mediums to use the compound. So, there's a few different ways you can go about it. I don't think I would be in this position if I'd stayed out on the first one. So, so in reality, this race could have gone so many different ways. But this is the way it ended up going. I'm on hards. Now everyone who paid for hards initially and the such, or, began on softs, can pick onto mediums to the end of the race. So I am very much screwed. So we're in P5. There's an incident with a safety car with someone in front. Because I'm on hards, I am utterly screwed. Absolutely screwed. And again, I had to do this because there's no assurance that softs wouldn't go to the end, and I have to use this compound because there's no guarantee there's no safety car coming out. So that's just how it goes, unfortunately. But anywho, Scuba's doing this restart. It was a very late one. Merck actually got by, but he got by before the safety car line. So, but these things were so bad at the start. I reckon they're fine once you warm them up, but I had not had a great warm up. So, anyways, there goes Merck. Johnny's going to slip through then as well. Not initially, but he'll get on pure traction on those tires. So he'll go through. And yeah, really, how much position can I keep? Really, is the end of the day. How much can I keep before I get these up to temperature? Wesker now probing behind. And honestly, I didn't really want to hold him up. So honestly, I defended here, but I stay to the left-hand side, and yeah, low range on the gears. I'm not going to fight this, so break early. He'll go through, and see, like I'm already in PH, so it's difficult. You know, it's a difficult one. So same thing with Kevin. I'm not going to fight this. You know, happy for him to use overtake. I'm not going to swerve to the side to defend it. Break early. You know, I'm just trying to get my hards up to working range because they really suck ass. So, anyways, that's another position bled, and there's a few more to be bled here as well. Sway will be first. I'm not going to fight this either because he's my teammate and he's got to get on with it. And boy, did he get on with it. So, anywho, he will go through. And you got Hipula Boy and Waffles on softs. That's fine. But there was some shenanigans behind me, I believe, before Sway overtook. So, with Waffles and the such. So, I think... I'm not sure at what point Hipula Boy has damage. I'm not sure. But he did end up getting damage. Anyways, here comes Waffles I'm speaking of. He'll have to pit later on. So, look, I'm bleeding time and positions. But at least that's one I'll be able to get back later. At least. So there's that. And heading down towards turn 3. Yeah, nothing really doing. So, does Hipula Boy get by me? I believe this is where Hipula Boy gets by me, I think. I do have DRS. But he must have... I don't know what traction he was on, but... how much battery he used, but... anyways, now he's through. And Dave and the such is behind on mediums as well, and it's a mess. Anyway, Waffles and... sorry, this is Legende. Who's come together somewhere. Sorry, it was... Hipula Boy didn't have damage, it was Legende. I'm not sure what happened. But he had damage, you know. He could have easily pulled to the side. I even pulled alongside to the right here, so if he wanted to just put on the brakes and let us go without, you know, endangering us as our, you know, in terms of going through this section right here, because he goes into the wall.
Like, you can't ride it. You really can't.
What am I supposed to do? Like,
Happen?
it happened back in F1 2018 as well.
Like, I'm directly behind him.
There's nothing you could do. Like, but like, I don't know. Personally, if I had damage there on the left-hand side, and I see the cars on the right-hand side, I definitely put on the brakes and let them go before turn 7. So I'm not a danger to other cars in the castle section. So that was annoying, but obviously not his fault. His car didn't ghost, so you know, it's just one of those things. Anywho, our race is thoroughly ruined. It was already kind of on the ropes with the hard tires. It's even worse now. So there were a couple of late DNFs ahead of me. Well, of course ahead of me, because I'm basically last apart from Legende.
Come on.
So, but no safety cars came. Sway managed to get himself a podium, yeah.
Let's go.
Somehow. But I'm sweating bricks here because Legende's been catching, and I made a mistake that got within the DRS. So I've not got a lot of DRS left. So it'd be pretty cruel to lose the position to Legende after I got damage from him in front. So, but I think we should just have enough clearance to actually stay in front. So it's going to be P10, but it's, you know what, yeah, pretty rough. That could have gone better. It could have gone worse, but it could have gone better. My own fault at the start, and then at the end wasn't really my fault. Anywho, yeah, good result for Sway. That's a good result for the team, but yeah, I wish that had gone a little better. These first 2 races, I wish had gone better. Portugal not really. Portugal's out of my control. That was a top 7, 8 finish. That was, you know, out of my control. That disappeared, and this one was a combination of both. But with the DNFs late on, I reckon I could have easily finished, you know, 8th, 9th or so. Alas, not to be. Anyways, here's the standings. It could be worse, I suppose. 10th place, 18 points from 2 races. It's kind of rough. But, you know, the season, I was going to say the season's long. The season's not that long, but it's, you know, I was going to say it can only get better. It could definitely get worse, trust me. But, yeah, hopefully it'll get better. But, yeah, kind of not the greatest start to the season. Yeah. It'll get better, I'm sure. Hopefully this week coming with with the race at Imola. Here's a Constructors, actually in a good spot in the Constructors thanks to Swave, so hopefully looking to keep a decent pace there. It'd be great to finish top 3 in Constructors here, that'd be great. But yeah, difficult race, sadly didn't work out how I would like it to have, would have liked it to have done. But anyways, that's going to do it for round number 2 of TTML F3. Next up is Imola, where there's a sprint format, so should be interesting. One shot qualifying, 25%, and then a 50% race. So yeah, should be interesting to say the least. Thanks for watching, and until next time.